Although there are many different causes and sources to oral problems, such as bad breath, bleeding gum and ulcer. The most obvious and common one starts with your dental hygiene. It's pretty basic stuff at the core of it all. For example, even if you're someone who doesn't suffer from chronic bad breath, if you don't brush well in the morning, your breathing is not going to be smelling like roses. But beyond the basics of brushing to have a minty fresh breath, you have to consider other hygienic options for your oral care routine. Just brushing won't always do the trick, and it definitely won't do you any favors for the long term. 1. Brushing techniques and tips. You should be brushing twice daily as a minimum. If you have a history of cavities or are concerned about bad breath, you should try to brush after each meal. Bad breath, otherwise known as halitosis, is typically caused by bacteria buildup. Some bacteria are normal for everyone, and it plays an important role in our gum health, so you don't want all of it gone. But what we don't want is bacteria building up and creating oral issues for us. Brushing at least twice per day will help keep the bacteria to the lowest amount possible while encouraging a healthy, shining smile. If you have any specific gum or teeth conditions, definitely have a chat with your dentist about what type of toothpaste will be best for your specific needs. Key ingredients in toothpaste and mouthwash. Fluoride and triclosan are two key ingredients you'll see on labels for dental health products. Here are the key differences summarized in a table. You also can access this chart at my site detoxisgood.com. According to Science Daily, there are an estimated 800 to 1,000 different kinds of bacteria in our mouths. When you think about it from that perspective, an extra round of teeth brushing throughout your day sounds better and better. Choosing the best toothpaste to fit your needs is the first step. But making sure you are brushing properly is equally as important. Brushing too aggressively can cause decay in your teeth as well as receding gum lines, or gum sensitivity. So, there's no need to go overboard. You also want to make sure you're targeting the backs of your teeth as well. Tartar buildup can be a big issue for front-bottom teeth. So, as much as you want the fronts of those teeth sparkling for the world to see, don't forget that bad breath can be originating from the backs of them just as easily. 2. Non-negligible facts about flossing, mouthwash and tongue scraping. I'm just as guilty as the next person when it comes to skimping on some of these things because we're rushing out the door in the morning or can't wait to hop into bed. For overall oral care, but specifically for combating bad breath, these extra steps will go a long way. First, let's talk about flossing. What is the correct way to floss? Here are some tips. 1. Floss before you brush. 2. Use about 18 inches of floss. 3. Wrap most of the floss around the middle finger on one hand, and the rest around the other middle finger. 4. Grasp the floss between your thumb and forefinger to guide it between teeth. 5. Once the floss reaches your gums, make sure to go around the tooth in a C-like motion to ensure it is getting all sides. 6. After the base of the tooth has been covered, go up and down the tooth so the entire side is cleaned. 7. Repeat steps with the adjacent tooth and then get in between each set. What are some common mistakes about flossing? Just picking with the floss. If you're only sliding the floss in between the teeth and directly back out, it's not doing its full job. Another common motion is to get it in between the teeth but then go front to back with it. This will help clear away some, but not nearly as much as is required by the other motions listed above. Then, let's talk about mouthwash. There are a few things about mouthwash you must know. Ingredients to look for in your mouthwash include fluoride, antimicrobials, astringent salt, odor neutralizers, and whiteners such as peroxide. Read the instructions for any product, as they may be different for usage. For example, the amount to use or how long to swish it in your mouth. Most tend to be 30 to 60 seconds, but again make sure to read instructions. There is no steadfast rule on when you have to do it. It won't make a difference in the effectiveness if you do it before or after brushing, flossing. This is more about your preference than anything. Some common mistake people make about mouth washing is not using it long enough, but instead using it more frequently. It's easy to just think, hey, let me do a quick swish after lunch, and again after that afternoon coffee, and then another one tonight. That may give you a nice fresh, minty sensation for a few minutes, but it's not benefiting you in the long term. It is better to stick to once or twice per day and swishing it for the full amount of time listed in the instructions. If you just do a few seconds here and there, you're just wasting the mouthwash. Last but not least, let's talk about tongue scraping. There are a few things about tongue scraping you must know. Scraping should come after brushing and flossing but can be before or after mouthwash. Use a comfortable amount of pressure and run the scraper along the entire length of your tongue, from back to front. It shouldn't hurt, so if it does, use less pressure or inspect your tongue for possible canker sores or injury that may be causing the pain. After each pass, rinse the scraper in warm water. Once you're done, clean the scraper and rinse your mouth out with water. What are some common mistakes about scraping? Brushing your tongue instead of using an actual scraper. If you use your toothbrush to scrape your tongue, it will still help remove some of the bacteria on the top of your tongue. But think about the difference between wiping a window clean with a towel or using a window scraper or squeegee. The towel will more or less move water or dirt around. It will pick up some dirt but not enough. The scraper, since it is a stiff, hard surface, will do a better job of removing bacteria. If you follow these oral hygiene tips step by step, you shall have a long-lasting, fresh-lasting smile every day. Thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you would like to get notified when a new video is on. See you in the next video.